Did you know the Roman Colosseum could hold 80,000 people and most came just to watch people die? Egyptian pharaohs were treated as living gods. Even their sneeze had to be copied by everyone in the room. Vikings never wore horned helmets. That was a myth invented centuries after they were gone. Ancient Greeks believed the brain was useless. They thought all emotions and thinking came from the heart. Most Roman gladiators didn't fight to the death. They were expensive athletes, not disposable fighters. The Great Wall of China took over 1,000 years to build, and thousands of workers died inside its walls. Spartan boys were taken from their mothers at age 7 to begin brutal military training, no exceptions. Romans had fast food restaurants called Thermopolia, with menus painted on the walls, just like today. Cleopatra was not Egyptian by blood, she was Greek, and the first ruler in her family to speak Egyptian. The Mayans predicted solar eclipses with shocking accuracy without any telescopes or modern tools. At its peak, the Roman Empire was so large it took months just to send a message from one end to the other. Samurai followed a code called Bushido. Death was preferred over dishonor every single time. The world's first written laws came from ancient Mesopotamia, including laws about fair wages and women's rights. Alexander the Great conquered half the known world by age 30 and wept because there was nothing left to conquer. Julius Caesar was stabbed 23 times by his own senators, but only one wound was actually fatal. Egyptian mummification took 70 days and the brain was pulled out through the nose using a hook. Genghis Khan's empire was the largest land empire in history, bigger than Alexander's, bigger than Rome's. In ancient Greek Olympics, all athletes competed completely naked and married women were banned from watching. The Aztecs believed the sun would die without human sacrifice, so they offered thousands of hearts every year. Romans built aqueducts so perfect that some are still carrying water in Europe after 2,000 years. Persian King Xerxes had an army so large that when they drank from rivers, the rivers ran dry. The Incas built Machu Picchu without any mortar or cement. The stones fit so perfectly a knife can't slip through. Medieval knights were so heavy in armor that if they fell from their horse, they couldn't get up alone. The Library of Alexandria had nearly 500,000 scrolls, and when it burned, centuries of human knowledge vanished forever. Roman Emperor Nero reportedly played music while Rome burned and may have started the fire himself. Spartan mothers told their sons, "Come back with your shield or come back on it." Retreat was unacceptable. Romans spent hours every day at public baths. It was their office, gym, and social media all in one place. Hannibal crossed the Alps with 37 war elephants to attack Rome, a military move still studied today. The pyramids were not built by slaves, they were built by paid, well-fed workers who got sick leave. Roman gladiator schools were like modern sports academies with doctors, coaches, and strict meal plans. Ancient Athens invented democracy, but women, slaves, and foreigners had absolutely zero voting rights. Attila the Hun was so feared that entire cities emptied before he arrived, just at the rumor of his approach. Some Roman emperors were so powerful they made their horse a senator just to humiliate their enemies. China's first emperor was buried with 8,000 life-size clay soldiers, each with a unique face, none identical. Romans built over 400,000 kilometers of roads, so perfectly engineered that many still exist under modern streets. Medieval plague doctors wore bird beak masks filled with herbs they believed bad smells caused the Black Death. Viking chiefs were sent to the afterlife on burning ships with weapons, food, and sometimes servants inside. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon were so legendary that historians still debate if they actually ever existed. Emperor Constantine saw a cross in the sky before battle and credited his victory to it, changing history forever. The Great Sphinx is so old that historians still cannot agree on exactly who built it or why. The Circus Maximus held 250,000 spectators, making it the biggest sports stadium in human history. Kings and generals traveled thousands of miles to ask the Oracle of Delphi one question: will I win? Ancient Rome had traffic jams so bad that Julius Caesar banned carts from the city during daytime hours. 300 Spartans held off an army of over 100,000 Persians for 3 days and nearly changed the course of history. The greatest empire in history didn't fall in one day. Rome collapsed slowly over 200 years, and nobody noticed until it was gone.